going down a spiral. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
You have a story because we both shared.
Yeah. Do you had?
Well, the crack. Well, speaking since we're drug addicts, did I ever tell you guys when I had to deal with 2 drug addicts walking?
No.
2 very the best way to describe these drug addicts. I'm just gonna right off the bat tell you what they look like.
Okay.
Imagine
That's
if you
the
see
best way to do it.
if you have seen Breaking Bad,
Yes.
the episode where Aaron
No,
Paul.
what's that?
It's a show.
Is it like The Wire?
It's a
'Cause I don't
show.
watch The Wire either.
It's a show about how from Malcolm in the Middle who quits his
I
job,
only watch
beats
Pretty
his
Little
wife.
Liars.
If you watch Pretty Little Liars,
It's kind of like the Bob Newhart show, but
I watch the Dick Van Dyke Show. I don't watch the Bob
God
Newhart
damn it.
Show.
I deliberately name what's a sitcom no one fucking watched. Who's listening? Bob Newhart show. It's a great show. No one has seen since the 70s. Son of a bitch, Dick Van Dyke. Fine, I'll go older. I was gonna
The
name.
jazz singer.
Damn it! I was gonna try and think of Betty White's first sitcom that she did. She did it like for 3 years, and I realized, nope, can't
Yeah.
remember. It was
Is it Golden Girls?
no,
It's
it
not
was
Golden
before
Girls,
that. It was
it's
like in the 40s.
Yeah.
It was
40s.
ridiculously long ago. It was something like her name and then In Trouble Again. It's like Betty Sue in trouble again, and then she would get in Lucille Ball ripoff kind of situations.
Okay.
But the twist was she would then look to the camera and like a voice would say, Betty Lou. And then she would mwah, mwah, to the camera and then do the shrug. Oh, I didn't know I burnt my husband's birthday cake. Oh, tee-hee. Because it's the 40s and that's the best I can hope for. Oh. I'm sorry, what was... Oh,
Yeah.
so you're drug addicts.
that's what the drug addicts look like. They all look like Betty White. It was 2. I assume it was a couple or the woman was along. So it's pretty much the couple from Breaking Bad, Aaron Paul's
I'll
character.
just pretend I know what Breaking Bad is.
You don't know what Breaking Bad
I do
is.
not.
Have you ever seen a biker in your life?
You seen a biker?
Yes.
Okay, just imagine one biker and one biker who grew tits, and that's basically what you're looking at.
Okay. I can go with that.
Yeah.
I've seen both. So it's fine.
Yeah, pretty much.
So it's
And-
not like The Wire.
So then
The Wire.
coming toward you.
Coming towards me, and I am in front of my neighbor's house to drop off something. He's not there. So, when they walk up, it doesn't take a genius to figure out they're drug addicts. Their skin is peeling. There's just red marks and liver spots everywhere. I hope they're liver spots.
Right.
I don't know what's on them. There's burnt marks on the woman's face. There's, I think half of
They just had a superhero fight.
They did. They had a superhero fight.
It was like Man of Steel.
They just swim down.
I
Yeah.
watched that instead of watching Breaking Bad.
You watched that instead of Breaking Bad.
That and The Wire.
The Wire.
I haven't seen Man of Steel yet.
I haven't seen The Wire.
I haven't seen Breaking Bad.
I feel. I genuinely, for the first time yesterday saw my first clip of I'm sorry, I'm interrupting your story, but
I'm sorry I'm interrupting you so much, but I'm not.
I saw my first clip of.
It's not okay.
Fuck it, I can save my anecdote for later. Finish your goddamn drug addict story.
Yeah.
Okay. It was clearly a couple, and they look. Like I said, okay, they look like shit.
So you set that up.
We set that up.
Okay.
They come up. They both
like a
they
man.
just both start. They're both holding hands, like that twin from The Shining. Those twins.
Gotcha.
Okay.
They're both wearing the same clothes.
Okay.
The same clothes,
They
but
asked you to play with you? To play with them?
not exactly in that. Just play as in like
Okay.
join us or
Nick's finally got my real attention for the
Okay.
story. Join us as in doing drugs? As in, do you want to shoot up with us?
I don't. They just said you want to play with us,
They seriously
Jeez.
really?
and I said, I'm sorry. I'm gonna go into my house.
Don't tell them
Yeah,
where
don't
you live.
never tell.
That's not my house though.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Okay.
So you've just lured drug addicts into someone else's house.
It gives you time to run.
Well done. That's the right thing to
That's
do.
the right thing to do.
But I only did that because I was mad because he didn't pay me back my $10. So
Wait. So now the story has a new wrinkle, which is not only so the drug addicts, and that's scary enough. That's an intimidating situation. But then you thought, oh, I can use this to shit on someone's life who owes me $10.
Let's not address why they owe you $10. Let's leave that a mystery.
Let me just simply say that are you in any way related to that scary paperboy from the 80s film Better Off Dead? You remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
That is great.
It's pretty great.
that is good.
Let's not address it.
Let's not address it.
Anyway, so they asked me, and after that, they know where I live there.
Right.
There, as in the neighbor's house.
Right.
And they asked me, is it because do you not want to play because you've seen The Wall?
Like
The Pink Floyd
the
movie?
Pink Floyd movie, The Wall.
No, they
Or
said
do
The
they-
Wall
are they
on
like-
the street.
What does that mean?
I can't. I tried everything I can not to say
Wall
as many
Street?
words. I try to say as little of words
Money
and phrases
doesn't
as possible.
sleep?
I don't know.
Is it like Michael Douglas?
I,
You know about where his children? Where Michael
I'm
Douglas'
telling you a
children?
story, so hopefully you guys will interpret it for me.
Where's my
kid?
So
Give me back my son.
so
Some of the money.
These drug addicts ask you to play, and as their face peels off, they then say to you, "Is it because you saw the wall
On the street.
on the wall on the street?"
Alright, keep going.
Go on. Is there any more of that?
I said, no, not at this moment.
Not at this moment.
Not this. Keep going.
And the girl started crying.
Okay.
And then the guy just put his arms around her, turned her around, and they just walked away to the other direction.
That is very odd. That's very odd.
That's so weird.
Exactly. That's why I want to tell you guys. And the viewers, so hopefully they can interpret it for me.
See, this makes me think, like, especially the way you responded sounds like actually was the correct one was, no, I've not seen it as of yet.
No, at this moment.
At this moment. Just, it makes me think that whatever they were describing was something clearly hallucinated.
Yeah.
And so just,
Yeah.
the fucking wall on the street, it's got the face and it
The
eats
wall.
cars.
It's the wall.
And then when it gets you, you're just another brick in the wall.
It doesn't need any education.
You don't have your pudding.
Just all in all,
Yeah.
we're all another brick.
In the wall.
Yeah.
I hate Pink Floyd. I think I don't like them.
Yeah.
Like, I'll listen to Money. And that's it.
Money.
Because it's But
I like Pink Floyd, but I will admit I definitely like it better when I get to play it with Judy Garland films in the background. It's
maybe
actually
it's not so much I hate Pink Floyd. I hate the people I know that like Pink Floyd.
that could be.
Yeah,
So
the
maybe
dates.
I associate Pink Floyd music.
Mm.
I can go into my whole psychology right now.
Yeah.
But I'm going to save it for my therapist, which I'm meeting with in a couple days from now. So it's fine.
Chris,
Oh.
your therapist died 5 years ago.
Yeah,
Right. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was my story.
That was
That was your story.
that was
So I go off on the Mormon girls?
Oh
Matt?
yeah, please
Okay.
go
Okay.
on with your Mormons.
Okay, so this was the same day as the old Mexican lady. Except now I'm walking home from school. So time has passed. And Chris Jr. has grown up. But it's still, at this point, Chris Jr. So Chris Jr. is walking home. And he's actually pretty close to the house. He's like a couple blocks away. And this car stops. And he's like, man, it's just another car parking to get into their house. And these three, a blonde, a brunette, and a redhead, walk out of the car.
That sounds right.
And this is the beginning of a joke.
Drawing ass.
So, and then the rabbi says,
Okay. Oh, that's another thing. Okay, so there's a priest, a rabbi, a Jew. Okay, keep going.
So they stop Chris Jr. and
Say, what's the difference between you and the coach at Penn State?
So they stop Chris Jr. and they ask him, "Oh, hi, how are you doing?" And he's fine. We're with the Church of blah 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 Mormons, basically.
Church
And-
of Latter-day Saints.
Yeah, Later Day Saints. There we go. I didn't want to pretend I knew. So
I know a disgusting amount about religion from my background, which you don't get to hear about right now.
it's for your therapist also.
It's for my
We're
therapist.
seeing the same one.
Yeah.
I mean, you've been there.
Stephanie's amazing.
Yeah. And so they walk up to Chris Jr. and they ask, "How are you doing?" Great. And she noticed him wearing a Pokeball bunny. He's like, "I just saw your bunny. Hang on, that's great." Anyway, we're with the Church of Latter Day Saints. I'm sorry, what's your name? And Chris Jr. never gives his real name, so he says, "Oh, Leroy." "Oh, okay. Hi Leroy. We were just wondering if is everything going great with you? How are you feeling? I know times could be hectic with exams going on and school's finish, and so just how is everything going on? Is there anything you want to pray for or anything?" And no, life has been pretty good. And then the blonde one says, "Well, that's great. Not everyone is as fortunate as you are." And I'm going to call him Leroy from now on just because. So Leroy catches this and he's like, "Well, you know what? I just don't like complaining." So there's that. And they immediately go off, "Do you believe in anything? You have faith?" "Oh, I do. I'm a Pastafarian. I follow the Church of the Great Flying Spaghetti Monster, the Great Flying Spaghetti Monster." And if you didn't see me, but I did hand motions.
He has a hand gesture
Yeah.
which is not anything like any other
No.
religious hand gesture I've seen.
And
It's quite arousing.
that's what we're all about, Nick.
Arousal.
Pastafarians. And
So they have a response to this.
so they did. "Oh, really? I think and one goes, "Yeah, I think one of my friends is Rastafarian." They say Rastafarian, not Pastafarian. So I let that slide. And Leroy said, "Well, I believe in just a Great Flying Spaghetti Monster. It just made sense to me." And they asked, "Well, what's that all about?" "Well, you see, the Great Flying Spaghetti Monster came one day and he realized, I'm bored. So he made the world so he wouldn't be bored and be alone by him. But he goes around flying and he's invisible. So that way you can't prove he doesn't exist."
Right.
And he goes around and he just does what he wants to do. And, he is a fair and just God, but he is a vengeful God. And I just follow him fully with belief. And they go, "Wow." And their faces, I gave a much better explanation because at that moment, just because their faces were one where they were kind of laughing. And then it goes into a serious, you can see it morph into a serious kind of expression. And they realize, holy crap, this guy actually believes in this shit.
Yeah.
Oh man, he's he's into it.
He's really
Yeah.
into magic food from
And and the only reason I didn't rip them a new one was because one, they were actually quite good looking, and
Oh yeah.
two, I was in a pretty good mood. Don't remember why. I wasn't in my usual shitty mood, so I'm in a pretty good mood. And they asked, "Oh well, before we leave, we're just gonna let you on with your beliefs because obviously you're fully with it. Would you mind sharing a prayer with us?" And that's when Chris Jr. totally broke character and just went, "No, I was being polite. I'm gonna leave now," and just takes off. And then the three girls go back in your car. There's the end of that. Oh, they give Chris Jr. a card. Say, "Oh, call us. We go bowling." And do fun things like bowling. They brought up bowling 3 times, which makes me think all they do is bowl.
It's
We go bowling while listening to Bowling for Sue.
Yeah.
Oh,
Watching the bowling scene from Big Lebowski.
Oh, it's
Which one?
Exactly. That's
The one with Jesus in it.
That's a surprise.
Or
The one with Jesus.
Saddam in it.
Yeah.
That's also.
There's the Jesus one teaches the lesson they all go with. You don't fuck with the Jesus.
You don't fuck with the Jesus.
And
Was it he made out with an 8-year-old girl, or what was it?
Yeah, it was like a 12-year-old girl, and it was all this weird. I wish I remembered the speech.
Very complex story about how he did something inappropriate with a child.
Yeah.
And then somehow kind of got off.
Yeah.
Easy on it.
I wish I remember the whole speech. Or
It's a great.
Someone's got to remember all of it. If you remember all of it, post it in the comments.
All
or
of
send
it.
a link.
All of it, though.
Yeah, all of it.
Seriously.
Yeah.
More Wikipedia.
Yeah.